Hello, I'm Tom Fitches, and I'm the organist here, and I'm here with Adrian Ross, and we're going to do a little roaming around the pipe organ here at Grace Church. This is a wind instrument, basically, and which is operated with valves, and it has over 3,200 pipes in the organ. I'm going to show you one of the smallest pipes in the organ. It actually, there's the mouth, you can see, and there's a sleeve which tunes. And of course, this is a metal pipe, and it sounds like this. And there are smaller pipes than this. Here's a little medium-sized one. And the sleeve, the aluminum sleeve on top is used to tune each individual pipe. And it's a little lower pitch. So we have pipes that are made of metal, and we have pipes that are made of wood. This is what is called a stop diapason, or a flute. And it has a stopper on top. That's why it's called stop diapason. And it is used to tune the pipe. It's in the same principle as a slide whistle. And if I move it up, and it's supposed to fit very tightly, it's a little flatter. So you move it up to flatten it and to put it down, to tap it down to sharpen it. And so these are the smaller pipes in the organ, and if you glance over to the facade, you can see the largest pipe in the organ, which is 16 foot tall. The middle pipe is 16 foot tall, and if you can hear that at bottom C, maybe you can hear it. Maybe you can hear it on the trombone too. And then we have a thing that's 32 foot in length, but it's digital. It comes from a speaker, but it sounds like this. Maybe you can't pick that up, but it sounds like a Harley Davidson warming up. Now Adrian is going to play for us different examples of the sound, different sounds of the organ, beginning with what is called the diapason sound or the principal sound. And this is what differentiates organ sound from various instruments like flutes and violins and such. So we're starting with the same pitch as piano pitch at what's called 8 foot, meaning the bottom note is 8, the pipe is 8 foot in length. So Adrian's going to play a little bit of the first principal sound. And then we'll add a different stop at 4 foot pitch. And then we can add a 2 foot stop, which brightens that up. And then we top it off which is called a mixture of colors, different pitches, and that really adds brilliance and clarity to the general sound of the organ. And that sound is, you can hear it in Bach fugues and such. And then we have flute stops. We have, well, he's going to play a little bit like from this wood flute stopped flute. Yep. And then we have an open flute, which means the pipe is open, it doesn't have a stopper in it, and it gives the example of a real flute. That's it's one of my favorite stops in the organ. And then we have small-scaled pipes called strings. And they're very sort of narrow pipes, and Adrian's going to play a gamba. And then we have a set of other strings which are called celestes. And these are deliberately tuned sharp so that you get a waver with them. Some people think they indicate that violinists play out of tune, but really what it does is give you a sense of warmth when you play this other string with the gamba. Maybe you can hear the waver between the two stops there. Finally, we have some dramatic, probably the most dramatic stops in the organ, the reeds. And the reeds are different from the flues. I'll give you an example. This is a trumpet reed. And if I open up the boot, you might be able to see that it is, there's a reed against what is called a shallot. And a lot of what happens, the kind of sounds, whether loud, soft, bright, dull, happens right here with the curvature of the tongue, the reed itself, and the kind of opening of the shallot that supports that tongue. And there's a wire here that is used to put pressure on the tongue, and that slides up and down to tune the reed. So here's what a single note trumpet pipe sounds like. There's loud and dramatic, and when we play these, we have to discern between what is a solo trumpet and what is a trumpet that will blend with the rest of the chorus. And so Adrian's going to play both chorus trumpets first, and there's a variety of them. Right, and a solo trumpet, which is on higher wind pressure and is a bigger pipe. Some repertoire, particularly the French ones, you can use that solo trumpet in chorus, actually. Anyway, and there are smaller reeds called the oboe and the bassoon. So the oboe first, you can hear a little bit of it. It's more quaint than the trumpet, and it's the cylindrical part of the pipe is different in shape. It starts off very narrow, and then it flares at the very top. And then the bassoon. Very good. All of this, it's wonderful to experiment on this, the different colors that you have. And this is why a number of younger organists, younger people are beginning to learn the instrument. It's a very colorful instrument. And using this, it helps support good congregational singing. And you use the instrument with these colors to highlight, to illuminate the text. This is a very important part of organ accompaniment for hymns. Adrian's going to play examples of two different sounds to illuminate a different verse of lasst uns erfreuen. Now we have another verse, and we're going to use this for more praise, like all instruments in, okay, for a last verse. It's a grand sound, and we know that this kind of sound can activate and encourage good congregational singing. Speaking of which, on September the 18th, coming up in the fall, we're going to have a very strange and fun time here called Hymns and Hymns. And we're going to do some of your favorite hymns, as well as learn a couple of new ones. And then afterwards, hopefully in the new courtyard, we are going to have a few drinks, hymns. I think if you don't know what they are, there are a number of parishes in England that have introduced this program, and it's kind of fun and a good way to get together to start off the fall season. Thank you very much, and on behalf of Adrian and Chris Leonard, who has done the video for this, thank you very much for joining in.